Hey guys, welcome to the video. My name is Zoe and today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I want to read before the end of 2022. So this is kind of just my December TBR, but we do have a little over a week left in November somehow. I can't even fathom that. But yeah, it's just kind of all the books that I want to read within the next little over a month. And I'm excited to talk about them. There are a lot of books that I want to get to before the end of the year. I have been really bad this year about neglecting my physical copies of books and reading more on like Libby and getting stuff from the library, which is so bad because I have so many books on my bookshelf that I have not read. So I would love to knock quite a few of them out before the end of the year. And I just want to talk about all of the different books. So yeah, let's just get into all the books. So the first book that I want to read before the end of the year is actually one that I'm already kind of reading, and that is The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This just came out last week and I love it so far. I'm about 50 pages in and I think it's just so cute. It has all the qualities that I loved in Better Than the Movies, while also being its own story and not feeling like the same thing. I just really think it's so good, so cute. Lynn Painter just has this way of writing these really fun, warm, cozy books. And this one, I knew the cover was fun, but I didn't know it was gonna be like neon colors. I opened the package when it came in the mail and I was like, oh my goodness, that is so cute. Yeah, I'm just obsessed with the cover and obsessed with the book so far. The next book that I would like to read before the end of the year is actually a new release. It's not a new book, but it was just released in the US, and that is I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. I am a big Alice Oseman fan. I think her books are just so beautiful. They are so great at having all this different representation and really making a lot of different people feel seen. And I have not yet read this one. So I'm really, really hoping to read this one before the end of the year. And again, I think this cover is so cute. It kind of goes around to the back. It's one of those covers that if you opened it up flat, it would make one big picture, and I think those covers are so cool. It is also my favorite color. The book itself is too. I am a big orange fan, so that alone makes me love it more. This video is not about covers, but I just wanted to point out that this cover is so cute. And yes, so I would really, really love to get to this one. So the next book, I just got this actually, and it's actually really shocking that I have not read this yet. I found a new author that I really love this year, a new favorite, and that is Sarah Adams. I'm almost through all of her books, but somehow I have not read her most popular one, the one that made her really known, and that is The Cheat Sheet. How have I not read this? I don't know, because I am such a big Sarah Adams fan, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I think it's because I wanted to read the physical copy and I did not get the physical copy until very recently, as I said. So now that I have it, I really want to read it, and maybe I will read it this week since it is about football and Thanksgiving. My parents love to watch football, so maybe I will just read it while they watch football on Thanksgiving. I don't know, but I'm really, really excited to read this one and hopefully love it as much as everybody else does. Continuing with the bright covers theme, I want to read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I did not read my first Emily Henry book until August this year. I read Beach Read and I absolutely loved it. And I have Book Lovers and People We Meet on Vacation, but I have not read either one of them. And I've heard from some people that this book can be read kind of in the fall time. So I'm hoping to read this before November's over. I definitely am somebody who does judge a book by its cover, and Emily Henry covers are just always super cute. So I want to read this. I don't know much about it, but I am really excited to hopefully get through it before the end of the year. Another book that I want to read before the end of the year, I actually talked about in another video. It is a sequel to a book that I love and that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. I adore Arthur and Ben. I adore their story. What If It's Us is one of my favorite books. I've read it multiple times, and I've been avoiding this one out of fear of finishing their story. I don't want it to end, but I think it's time. I think I should read this probably in December, find out how their story ends. I'm really, really excited for it, and I have really high hopes for how this story goes. Another one that I talked about in my other video is one that everybody under the sun has read. You probably just saw it when I lifted it up. It is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Who has not read this book? I don't know. but I've heard such great things about it. I really feel like I will love this book. It seems like my type of book, and I'm upset that I haven't read it until now because I have had it for over a year and it just sits on my shelf not getting read. So I am determined to read this before the end of the year. It feels like a November, December book to me for some reason, and it's time. Next, I have 2 books that I want to get through, and those are The Hawthorne Legacy and The Final Gambit. I don't know. I loved The Inheritance Games. I read it last year in August, and I've had these 2 books and just haven't read them, but I would love to get to them before the end of the year. They do feel kind of like a end of fall, early winter series to me, so I think it's the perfect time to read them, and I really am hoping to finish these and say that I can finish one more series before the end of the year. So these are very high on my list for 2022. Next up on the list is A History of Wild Places by Shea Ernshaw. I started this last year when I got it in December and just kind of never read anymore. I got like 30 pages in. It like wasn't very much, but I do remember thinking it was good, and it felt very, again, end of fall, early winter. So I'm really hoping to read this one. I have no idea what this one's about actually, but the cover is very intriguing to me, and I've heard from people who have read it very good reviews. I haven't heard too much about it in general, but what I have heard was very good. So I'm very hopeful to read this one as winter begins. Next on the list is one that everybody was reading last year, and it got a lot of great reviews and everybody seemed to love it. It is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I bought this at the beginning of the year and I have not picked it up because I was waiting for the right time, because this is another one that I think will be really special and I want to take my time reading it and just make sure that I'm not in a reading slump or not in the mood for it. And it definitely does seem like the type of book to read during the early winter, and I really am hoping to get to this before the end of 2022. Next is a book that has been talked about a lot lately, at least in the part of Bookstagram that I am in. That is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I have not read an Abby Jimenez book, but I've heard great things about her writing, and I just got this one for $2. What a steal. And I really wanted to read it this year, so I'm really excited for it. I actually already started it. I'm on chapter 5 and I think it's so cute so far. So I will definitely be reading this one this year, and I'm really happy about it and excited to discuss it with other people who have also loved it. Here are the final books that I want to get to, and these I'm very serious about getting to, because if I don't, I will have to wait a whole year. Those are the Christmas books that I bought for the year. I just bought all 6 of these. I am a big Christmas book person. I have quite a few on my shelf, and these are the ones that I chose for this year. So the books are So This Is Christmas. Very cute cover. I'm very excited about this one. It's one that I wanted to read last year but didn't get to, so I just bought it this year and I'm really excited for it. One that just came out, it is Just Like Magic by Sarah Hogle. It came out I think last month, and I've heard really good things about it so far, and the synopsis sounds so good to me. It sounds very unique and fun. All the rest are ones that, again, I wanted to get last year, but I had other books to read. So I got Nick and Noelle's Christmas Playlist by Cody Hall. She actually just released a second one. I think it's called Something About Mary, something like that, but I didn't read this one yet, so this is the one that I got. Don't know what it's about. I just know the cover is really cute and I really want to read it. One that lots of people read last year, especially because it was a book of the month pick, is The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. She also, I think, just came out with a second one. I think it's about like a singing competition or something, but this one looks so cute. I've heard it's like Parent Trap vibes, and I think the cover is so pretty. This synopsis makes me think of the movie The Princess Switch on Netflix with Vanessa Hudgens, where she, you know, like switches place with her like doppelganger princess. That's what this book is in my head. I don't know, we'll see, but that's what I think of when I think of this book. So this one I actually bought last year, returned and rebought this year, The 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss, another author who just put out another Christmas book, and I'm behind because I'm reading the old one, but that is okay. I really have high hopes for this one. This one reminds reminds me of the movie The 12 Dates of Christmas. It's an ABC movie, I think, like ABC Family, Freeform. And I don't know much about this book, but the synopsis makes me think of that movie. If you've seen it, I love that movie, so I have high hopes for this book. And finally, one that I really, really wanted to get to last year is The Santa Suit by Mary Kay Andrews. It's very short, so I'm probably gonna read it like on Christmas Eve or Christmas, because I love reading one like right on Christmas and getting all the vibes. So this one, the cover is so fun, so cute. I love it, and I'm really excited to read it. So those are all the books that I'm hoping to read before the end of 2022. It's kind of an ambitious number of books, and I don't honestly expect to get to all of them, but I mean, it would be amazing if I did. I am definitely a mood reader, so we'll see what happens. I always like to set TBRs for myself, but I'm not the best at following them, as I know a lot of other people are too. That's just the life of a mood reader, and that's okay. That's okay. That is what I have for you guys today. I'm really excited about all of these books, and I'm really hopeful to get through as many of them as I can. I am very close to reading 200 books this year, which is mind-blowing because my original goal was 75. So I'm trying really hard to get to 200, but at this rate, I'm not sure that that will happen because with the holidays, I have been taking less time reading and more time doing other things and spending time with my family. But we'll see what happens. Whatever I read, I'm going to be really happy with it and proud of myself for reading. I have read every single day this year, and that is something I will talk about in another video. I'll save it for another time. This has already been long enough, but I just wanted to share with you guys all the books that I'm hoping to read this year. And yeah, I would love to hear what you guys have to read, or if you've read any of these and loved or hated any of them. I would love to talk in the comments, or you could talk to me on my Bookstagram. I will link it down below. I love interacting with people in there through DM or comments or whatever. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a good day. I'll see you in the next one.